The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has once again deferred its decisions regarding multiple proposals for spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds from leading financial institutions, including BlackRock. This is moved by the SEC precedes an impending government shutdown, which is anticipated to influence the functioning of the country's financial regulators and other federal agencies. James Seifert, a Bloomberg ETF analyst, has been actively providing updates on the situation through his X, formerly Twitter account. Among the firms mentioned in Seifert's tweets, BlackRock, Bitwise, Invesco, and Galaxy Digital have already received delay orders from the SEC. Seifert predicts that the remaining applications from WisdomTree, VanEck, and Fidelity will likely be postponed today as well, especially given the looming possibility of a government shutdown. And he stated, okay, guessing the SEC is done for the night. We're expecting the other 3 Bitcoin ETF delay orders tomorrow before the government shutdown. While many market participants were expecting responses from the SEC by mid-October, the advanced delays 2 weeks ahead of the anticipated second deadline have been attributed to the potential U.S. government and shutdown set to occur on October 1. And the House and Senate yet to reach a consensus on various funding bills, the urgency to avoid a shutdown has intensified. The SEC has raised several concerns and considerations over the proposed spot Bitcoin ETFs. Among them, there are legal and policy issues that the proposal has brought up, which require more in-depth analysis. The SEC is also focused on ensuring that national securities exchange rules are designed robustly to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts. This is done to ensure the protection of investors and the public interest. Furthermore, the SEC has expressed apprehensions about the liquidity, transparency, and susceptibility of the Bitcoin markets to manipulation. They're keen to understand the relationship between the Bitcoin spot market and the CME Bitcoin futures market, exploring how one might influence the other. An additional factor being considered is the surveillance sharing agreement that the exchange intends to have with Coinbase and Nick. The SEC is questioning the effectiveness of such an agreement in deterring malicious practices. The regulator also argued that Bitcoin, due to its geographically diverse and continuous trading nature, could be vulnerable to price manipulation. Therefore, the SEC is seeking feedback on this particular claim to determine its validity. Lastly, the SEC is inviting comments that address the adequacy of the statements made by the exchange in support of their proposal. Scott Johnson, a finance lawyer at Davis Polk, also offered his insights into the situation. He stated the wiggle room for the SEC to further deny spot BTC ETF is much smaller than I think many realize. Drawing attention to a particular precedent, he added, people thinking they can just reimagine a completely new and unrelated theory, not read the grayscale ruling closely enough. Johnson also alluded to the looming government shutdown and its potential impact, remarking SEC will have skeletal staff in a shutdown. Gary says 7 to 8%. Absent a petition for rehearing tomorrow, re-grayscale case, and before the shutdown we might be able to infer that it likely won't be coming at all, or perhaps odds drop significantly. They clearly are trying to get their house in order for an extended break. With another set of deadlines for these applications approaching in mid-January, further delays are a possibility. However, the SEC must finalize its decision by mid-March. Eric Balchunas, another ETF analyst at Bloomberg, previously estimated a 75% chance of a Bitcoin spot ETF being approved by the end of 2023. Thus, this prediction of 3 missing delays also come in today, will not come true, but the probability increases to 95% by the end of 2024. He argues that the U.S. Court of Appeals' decisive ruling in favor
of Grayscale against the SEC is a major factor in this optimistic projection.
And press time, BTC traded at $26,996, up 2.1% in the last 24 hours. And the